Myoho Renge Kyo. Namo Myoho Renge Kyo, Namo Myoho Renge Kyo, Namo Myoho Renge Kyo. Hi, how are you? I hope you're in good health and in good circumstance. As you know, I am Sylvain, Sifu Sylvain, Sylvain Chamberlain, whatever you're comfortable with. Today I'm going to talk about an insight that I received after decades of practice and study. So oftentimes it happens during study, yeah? And oftentimes after Gongyo. Anyway, this is a particular insight that I got that, as most insights do, they kind of change everything, yeah? Anyway, this is one of those, and it is one of those that convinced me that I had to do my own transliteration of the Lotus Sutra, which is now available, ebook or print book, hardcover, softcover. It's the TLK Threefold Lotus Dharma Sutra, right? Full of annotations, me inserting my own 2 cents throughout the book. And my own 2 cents is about, as our practice in this modern era is about, melding and consolidating Nichiren's insights and directives, doctrine, on the proper practice for us in this time of Shakyamuni's ultimate teaching of the Lotus Sutra, right? So today we're going to talk about the 7 jewels. Get that mouth working. The 7 jewels is throughout all of the sutras, Pali, Sanskrit, Gandhari, Chinese, it's everywhere. But it's modified over and over again from the early teachings through the middle teachings into the Mahayana teachings and into the ultimate Mahayana. But it kind of changes forms a bit. And when I saw the pattern in my Buddha mind, I really felt like there had to have been this tremendous insight for Nichiren when all of this coalesced for him. And keep in mind, he was exiled twice, his life attempted on several times by the government and by others, just other sectarian people, whatever. I'm thinking January 6th, how funny. Anyway, the 7 jewels, I hope that you'll appreciate this connection and that it deepens your practice, because the connection is super evident and super real and super precious. Did I say super enough times? The 7 jewels. We read in many sutras and in the Lotus Sutra, Myoho Renge Kyo, of many manifestations of 7 jewels, from towers, right? The floating tower, the stupa, many treasures. There's all kinds of ways to talk about these 7 jewels, yeah? And how the 7 jewels impact our perception of myriad other things. Keep this in mind. To stupas and many others. Nichiren provides the dharani of the Daimoku to invoke these 7 aspects of our enlightened life experience. So right away, I'm telling you right at the beginning, these 7 jewels aren't just pretty rocks. These 7 jewels are an analogy, an analog, representing 7 aspects of our enlightened lives. What do you suppose they are? The following sources demonstrate the various language efforts to define these jewels, quote unquote, in their physical or metaphysical realms. Another clue. Please see Namo Myoho Renge Kyo in this very book, in the first volume of Buddhist Reference. Okay, so if you go online to Buddhism.org and realize these sites keep changing, so at the time you hear this or go follow that link, you may find something different. But for the time being, here are 7 jewels, quote unquote, on a sun mirror, sailing on a moon boat in Dharma clouds. The 7 jewels are. So all of those fancy words, sailing on a moon boat in Dharma clouds or sun mirror, they're about the mind, imaginings, right? Buddhism is about the mind. So never forget that. Don't look at these as literal things. This is poetic, yes? 1, good fortune. Certainly a jewel to be had, yes? Miracles or holy manifestations, magical power. Well, we know Buddhism isn't magical. But things can be overwhelming. Insights can be life-altering. And that seems like it's magical, but it's not. It's the order of things. It's the order of clearing karma, seeing with clarity, without the obstacles of our samsaric delusions, right? Not magic. But this is from Buddhism.org, not from me. So you see how this language of religion infiltrates Buddhism, and it drives me mad. The 5 vidyas. You can look into that. This is early teachings, right? Wisdom, compassion, becoming a bodhisattva. Here it says saint or holy being, right? And the quick path to enlightenment. What do you suppose the quick path to enlightenment is? Is that not Kyo? I'm getting ahead of myself. This magical mirror of the Buddha Dharma can enable you to attain all these jewels, quote unquote. You can be meritorious with good fortune and happiness and avoid all disasters. Well, yeah, Buddhahood, right? You will naturally acquire the supernormal powers and extraordinary skills with which you can help others. Remember, this is from the early teachings, right? Hinayana. But, and I want to point out here, it's different language, but it's the same message. You will perfect your wisdom and compassion to become a holy or enlightened person and ultimately achieve Buddhahood perfection. The rhetoric, the translation, the words, it's so messed up. But it's in there, right? The Buddha Dharma is marvelous and sublime. Fine. Yes, I agree with that statement. It is truly the wonderful existence of another dimension that is available for everyone. Again, struggling with words and terms that might trigger an association for people. Okay, I get it. Every living being has the potential to become Buddha. Boom. Yes, exactly. Here's another definition from the Encyclopedia of Buddhism. Saptadhana is translated as 7 riches or 7 jewels, etc. These are 7 qualities of a spiritual practitioner that are mentioned in many sutras and commentaries. Already covered that, right? A common list of the 7 riches consists of 1, resolve, much more Buddhist here. 2, discipline. 3, generosity. 4, learning. 5, self-respect, what I call dignity. 6, consideration for others. And 7, wisdom. This is starting to sound like the 10 realms, yeah? But These are specifically riches that remember we read a lot in the Lotus about merit and in other sutras as well. This is what we're talking about. The merit attained are these facilities purified in the body. We've read about purification. It's all the same thing. An alternate list presented in the Princeton Dictionary, which I own, of Buddhism, in other words, is resolve or confidence, vigor or effort. How many times have I encouraged you to make the effort? Virtue or moral restraint, self-control with dignity. Sense of shame and fear of blame, that's old teaching, right? We're really just talking about humility, right? Remove the ego from situations. That's what that really means. Listening, learning, right? Our quality of hearing without the delusions attached. Relinquishment. What do you suppose that's about? Attachment, yeah? So if you let go of your ego, if you listen clearly without attachments, we're talking about qualities of a bodhisattva. But let's go on. 7, the wisdom arising from meditative training. A general definition in Buddhism. 7 Jewels in Buddhism Glossary Source Wisdom Library Dharma Samgraha. The 7 jewels, a technical term in Buddhism corresponding to the Sanskrit Saptaratna, defined in the Dharma Samgraha, section 85. 1, the wheel jewel. 2, the horse jewel. 3, the elephant jewel. 4, the gem jewel. 5, the woman jewel. 6, the rhinoceros jewel. And 7, the advisor jewel. Now, looking at those terms, you might go, what? Because the elephant jewel has no meaning to a Westerner or even a more modern person anywhere, unless you're aware of the qualities assigned to those particular elephants or whatever jewel it is, right? But you can reference those to the previous lists and you can see kind of how those are constructed. Now I'm going to make it supremely easy for you. The Dharma Samgraha is an extensive glossary of Buddhist technical terms in Sanskrit, 7 jewels. The work is attributed to Nagarjuna, who lived around the 2nd century AD. And what I'm not saying in here, unfortunately, and I actually should add that, I think, is the thing that I've been talking about, and I talked about throughout the Lotus Sutra videos, is that the 7 jewels are Na, Mu, Myo, Ho, Ren, Ge, and Kyo. And I take apart each of those terms in this book. You can look up Myoho Renge Kyo or Namu Myoho Renge Kyo. I have extensive information on threefoldlotus.com. I have videos about them, but I also, in this book, have reduced that all into nice little bites of wisdom for you. The 7 jewels are written right down the center of this mandala that Nichiren created for us. Namu Myoho Renge Kyo. And all of the benefits, merits, embellishment, purities, clarity that we read about in all of Buddhism, and Nichiren says this, is contained within each of those 7 jewels, those 7 characters. How amazing. How powerful. How many of us started practicing Buddhism completely ignorant of that. And how many times have leaders, others, friends, bodhisattvas tried their best to explain this, but oh my, I still don't get it. When you do get it, maybe it's in front of your Butsudan. Maybe it's you reading Buddhism Reference or watching a video. When you get all of the discourse from Shakyamuni, Nagarjuna, Nichiren, Tendai, on and on and on, is about this simple thing. How meaningful will that moment be? All right. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your practice. Please be careful with your health. Stay healthy so that you can practice vigorously. Yeah? Savor your practice. It's so yummy to be enlightened. Isn't it? Okay. Sounding silly as usual. Makes me a little giddy, this Buddhahood thing. I wish nothing but love and dignity for all of you. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. A little blurb here. You can, if you've already seen it, you can skip it or watch it. It's about the demonetizing of the station and how you can help. I'm also starting up my art thing again. I'm not sure. It's another way to support, because every cent that goes through the sale of prints or originals, everything goes into this effort, right? Anyway, if you want to know more about that, I'll put something up, but it's going to be a separate channel. I'm not going to do it here. In the meantime, once again, take care. Enjoy your practice. Bye for now. Namo Myoho Renge Kyo. Hi, everyone. I hope you'll indulge me just a couple of moments here of your time to make a quick announcement. As you know, I've worked over decades and over the last decade building this channel with thousands of videos of lessons and insights and instruction. And I have a website to match it with lots of free information. There's free podcasts. There's the bookstore. There's the mandala store. The whole mission here is to support your practice and build your confidence daily for manifesting your maximum potential. Yes? In that regard, I decided recently to demonetize my videos because, quite frankly, how can you pay attention and focus and be motivated to practice Buddhism when you're constantly being barraged by commercials? So, no more, right? Although it wasn't, because of the size of our Sangha and the way YouTube works now, it's not nearly as supportive as it used to be. So that's another reason why bother, right? But YouTube has come up with another way to help support, and I thought I would give it a try and see if it's not obtrusive, and see if you guys would participate or enjoy this avenue towards supporting the Sangha and all these resources. And that is a join button. And so you'll see that really soon. It'll pop up. And when you join, there's 4 different levels of joining, whatever. And, by simply being here, you're a part of the Sangha. You don't have to pay a membership fee or any of that. This is just an option. And as a thank you for committing to a donation, a regular donation, I will send you a PDF copy of, depending on the level, 1, 2, 3, 5 books. And that could include a TIFF or a PDF high resolution of a Nichiren inscribed mandala, but also the liturgy, the Gango book, Buddhism Reference, my annotated Threefold Lotus Dharma Sutra book. They're all listed in the join. So take a look, take a moment, click the button and see what's on offer. And if it works for you, yeah, we would be eternally grateful. We would be very grateful for the support to keep things going here. Okay? That's all I wanted to say. And thank you, as always, for your support, just being here, liking and subscribing. And if you're already buying ebooks and purchasing other books, you're part of the Sangha and you're supporting. So thank you for that, right? But look for that join button, right? Just check it out, see if it works for you. If I don't get much action on it, well, I'll discontinue it. But at least it's not interrupting every darn video, is it? So, so it's just another way for you to participate in keeping us afloat. Thanks again. Namo Myo Renge Kyo. Enjoy the video.